My people, it's your boy Rich. Welcome to the first video on this channel. So originally I had planned for this video to be like a day in a life of Richie Rich type video, but clearly I'm in a hotel room, so once I get settled in my apartment, you guys will get that video. But for this first video, I wanted to come on here and encourage you guys to immerse yourself into your limitlessness and to unlearn limiting beliefs, whether it's limiting beliefs that you have about yourself and or limiting beliefs that are projected onto you. So before I talk about my personal experience, let's talk about what a limited belief is. So Google defines limiting beliefs as a thought or state of mind that you think is the absolute truth and stops you from doing certain things. And like I said, this can be projected onto you from outward sources, whether it's your family, your friends, social media, your surroundings, etc. So with that said, let the dialogue of this video apply to you broadly. We are all different people with different circumstances. This video is just meant to push you guys and to also make you guys think. So let's talk about it. What were my limiting beliefs? My limiting belief was the belief that I wouldn't be able to have the best of all of my worlds. So a couple of weeks ago, I'm doing yoga, doing what I do. I've really kind of picked up this very spiritual kind of routine. So yoga is a part of that routine. I do it almost every day. So I'm doing yoga this day and it just pops in my head like yoga at LA, well in LA on the beach, that would be super hard. So from there, I had the thought and it was just festering in my mind. But on top of that, I also needed new equipment, which I'm shooting off of right now. And then I also had to pay like for, apartment deposits and, different stuff like that. So you kind of see what was going on here. There was some things that I needed to do, but there was something that I really, really wanted to do. So let's talk about how I released those limiting beliefs and made it happen. So the first thing was I asked myself, now why exactly wouldn't I be able to go? So during the time this whole trip was kind of like in thought concept phase, I was hearing a lot of, from my dad by the way, you're probably not going to be able to go because of X, Y, and Z. That's my dad, so I'm going to take what he says into consideration. And even though I was pretty optimistic about the whole experience from beginning to end when it actually happened, of course, what he said kind of stuck with me for a minute. And for a couple of days, I did question myself like, am I going to be able to go? Like, blase blah. Then I took a step back and I said, wait. If I just go with that, if I just accept that, then I will accept that my whole life. That I won't be able to do, X, Y, and Z. That I have to limit myself to, this thing or that thing. So I took a step back and I realized, I said, well, wait a minute. I got some priorities now. My equipment, that's very important because how would I be making this video right now? And then I moved here to Texas, so I need somewhere to live. So once I got business taken care of, all that was left was that trip to go to LA. So yeah, everything is out the way. I've taken care of what is necessity. So with LA being the only thing left, I asked myself, now why exactly wouldn't I be able to go? And in me asking myself this, I realized, well, hold on, there's a lot of things really working together for me to go. So my new job, I have free flight benefits. So I knew I was gonna be able to get to LA for free. And then as far as the finances part and needing extra spending money, I have a car and DoorDash is very much so a real thing. So do you see what I'm getting at with this? In me asking myself now, why exactly wouldn't I be able to go? I was able to devise a plan of how I could go for real and assess, okay, well, I got this working for me, so I know I'm gonna get there because I got my free flight benefits. But when I get there, LA is high as hell. I need some money to be able to spend. And instead of me just going with the thought of, oh, well, I'm probably not going to be able to go, I thought quick on my feet and got in that car and went in DoorDash. Now, there's so much more that I really want to say about this specific section, but I think the biggest takeaway from this particular part is, work through those I can't thoughts. Affirm to yourself, I can and I will. And then from there, use that personal power, use those good I can and I will thoughts and limitless thinking to make that shit happen. So the second thing was, now this one, I really want you guys to listen up. This one is very, very, very important. I'm not gonna be giving too many elaborations or anything like that, so be sure you listen up. So for the second thing, I spoke of things as if they already happened. I was grateful for them like they already happened. I believed it like it was already here. I spoke of the things as if they were already here. Understand me when I say this. You will not get nowhere if you cannot visualize yourself at that place. If you can't be grateful for something before it's already happened, you'll never get it. You'll never receive it. You'll never live it. So based off what I just said, go back and play that back. Let that download in your brain and apply that to your life. And I'm sure you'll be able to figure out somewhere in there where you ain't been doing that and where you need to start doing that. Now lastly, and this is another very important one. All of these were important, 1, 2, and 3. But 3, this is a very, very, very big one and probably one of the hardest. I developed a abundance mindset versus a scarce mindset. So my best way of putting this is, if you believe that you're bare minimum, if you believe that you deserve bare minimum, if you operate in bare minimum ways, you're going to get nothing but bare minimum results, whether it's what you're producing or what's coming to you. So I'm going to use that word bare minimum and parallel it to the word limited. So bare minimum is limited. Abundance is limitless. Remember that. This is something that is quite hard to do because we all have that inner critic that's in our subconscious telling us, you can't do this, you're not good enough, this will never happen. With that being said, you have to learn how to mitigate those thoughts with action thoughts. That's what I call them. Action thoughts is pretty much good thoughts. So I'm fighting anything that comes in my head negative. I'm not letting that shit dwell, because that is exactly what our brains do. We get a negative thought, and then before you know it, it's expanded into a problem. The whole day you got anxiety now because you let one thought cripple your brain. So imagine doing the opposite of this and filling your brain with good thoughts and choosing to think positively, choosing to be abundant, choosing to think abundantly. That is what's going to start flogging your senses. That is what you're going to start feeling. That is what you're going to start thinking about, is good shit, abundant shit, making that shit happen. And in doing this, in believing you are more, in believing that you deserve more, in believing that you are abundant and deserve abundance, you more and more step into and immerse yourself into that limitlessness and get rid of that limitedness. So that's literally all I have for you, my people. I hope this video pushed you in some type of way. I'm challenging you guys to release the past with love, have no fear of the present or the future, and remember this: if it is a part of your divine role on earth, then it is for you, and there are no limitations to what that may be. Understand that. So with that said, that's the end of this video. Like I said, I was just trying to come on here with a quick 1-2, you know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy, but I will be back very, very, very soon with some cool shit. I cannot wait for you guys to see. If you guys like this video, be sure to give this video a like. Be sure to subscribe. Also, comment down below which one of these points stood out to you the most, and tell me if you're gonna start trying to immerse yourself into your limitlessness. And if you already have, tell me your personal story. I really, really want to know. Rich, signing out.